Gamer Status Quo. I'm your host, Christy, and here to join with us today is a local Utah summoner, Skylar Casanova Mulder. He was a League of Legends player for AKA Gaming. He was challenger on 5 in Season 4 on multiple teams, and he is a student of the University of Utah. Welcome to the show, Skylar.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So what has made you want to get into the competitive gaming scene?
So I've been playing video games pretty much all my life, and even before then, I started out playing chess. I played competitive chess all throughout elementary school. I played multiple state championships as well as national championships for chess. So I've always had the competitive side in me, and then I've been playing video games since I was like 8 years old.
Mm-hmm. So how did you start out? Like, what was your journey back then? How did it get you to where you are right now?
Originally it happened like by accident. As far as competitive gaming was concerned, I'd always played and been very competitive while I played, and always wanted to win. But it was kind of just like a stroke of luck. I know there's a documentary out there, so if you want the full story on just like me in general, we can put a link down for that. But I was asked to go play in a tournament from a local team called XEN Zen. They were a bunch of players from my high school, and they just needed a sub for a tournament at the University of Utah. I was just not even a known player, just one of my friends knew me that knew them, and it was like mutual friend, like, hey, this guy's half decent, pick him up. So for my first tournament, we went to the U, and we just pup stomped everyone and didn't drop a match, and they asked me to join the team as a sub.
Mm-hmm. And now I hear that you are part of this organization called AKA. How did that happen?
Okay, so with XEN, we went on to just like take second place to another team at a bunch of different tournaments. And after that, AKA approached the team that always beat us. They were also called Zen. And they approached them and us to be the A and B team for their organization. So that's how we originally got into AKA. But immediately after that, the very first tournament we played, we had changed our name to Insight, AKA Insight. We actually beat Zen Method, and so there was no longer an A and B team. There was just the two AKA teams who were dominating every tournament in Utah.
So here you are right now. I hear that you have been competing lately in different tournaments.
Yeah, so AKA Gaming has disbanded as a competitive team.
Yeah.
They've switched over to more of a tournament brand, and so I'm sponsored as a player. I'm not currently on a team that specifically practices all the time. I compete in events where I'll usually pick up players consisting of ex-AKA players and other higher caliber players I find in the local scene.
Yeah.
Currently, I also compete in Hearthstone under the AKA banner. I am first on the ladder, like circuit points wise, at the University of Utah, but there hasn't been a ton of tournaments, so that it's very possible to change. Also competing in Crimson League, which is coming up. The live finals will be next week, I believe.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
And I hear your team has been undefeated.
No, we did lose one game to teams called Dan and the Nameless Cuties. I think it's a bunch of BYU players. They're a pretty good team, but I think we'll be able to best them at the LAN.
At the LAN. Do you expect to win first place?
Yeah, I expect going in that we will take first place.
So I hear you have a stream. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I do stream on Twitch. Recently I've been slacking a bit as I haven't been having the most fun playing League of Legends, but with the new season coming out, I'll stream a lot more. I try and do more of an educational stream, but I do enjoy it more when I just get to mess around and play whatever I want. But yeah, I'm going to try and do as much educational content as I can over on my stream for the new season, especially with the new mastery changes and the new Rift Herald and all this new stuff coming out with the new season. So that'll be over on twitch.tv/Marvin _KALOL, my old tag from back in the day.
So where you are right now, do you think you'd want to make the pro gaming scene your career?
So that's been the dream that I've been chasing for the last 3 years. I've been working very hard, competing in every event I could. I even traveled a little bit for tournaments.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm not in the position that I was last year. Last year, I was challenger, multiple teams, very close to the challenger scene, missing it by only a week from the cutoff. And then this season, I struggled a lot throughout the year. So I'm hoping to give it one more shot before I think I'm done. However, the new season is looking good, so I'm hopeful because it is my dream to go and play at the highest possible level. So,
for League of Legends.
Yes, for League of Legends.
Is there any other games you're looking into to be competitive in?
Honestly, the only game I'd want to play at the highest level that I really want to, like that's my passion, is League of Legends. Mm-hmm. If another game comes up where I think I just could do it, I may do it as a paycheck. Like recently with Hearthstone, I've been going and competing in tournaments because I'm good enough at the game where I can compete.
Okay, so you said that you're going to give it one more shot. What do you think has been your biggest success so far in this 3 years that you've been trying to pursue competitive gaming?
So I think being top 3 on the challenger ladder is pretty big for rank 5s. Because if it had been during a time when they were doing challenger series, we would have been a very high seed. So that's a big success just in general. But the biggest event I've actually played at was a team flew me out to Fredericksburg, Virginia at LEC Squared for a convention where they had a $10,000 prize pool tournament.
And what year was this?
This was just this year actually, this summer. I was flown out to do that. I had to play an off-roll, I had to play AD carry, so it was a little bit harder. But we actually played against 2 members of the previous World Squad for Vulcan, the team that went to the World Championships in Season 3. We played against the team that had ManCloud, the mid laner, and Bloodwater, the support. And we ended up losing to them and getting second. But it was still just an insane experience to just go there, and we were the main attraction of that convention. Even though they had all kinds of YouTubers, like we met Sky and Uber Danger and Peace Pigeon, just all these like really famous YouTube stars. And yet we were still the main attraction, and people would come up to us for autographs and us for pictures, and that was definitely, it felt like my biggest accomplishment.
So Skylar, I see that you've had some previous summoner names. Some of them are like Mike Hawk, XEN, Marvin Gaye, Young Casanova, and King Casanova. What are the meanings of these names?
So I'll let the viewers figure the first one out for themselves. Then Marvin Gaye, that was the one I guess a lot of people would have originally known me by, because that's when we kind of exploded onto the scene. XCN, when I joined them after the first tournament I played, they all had like a celebrity as their name. For instance, we had Olivia Wilde, Jay Chow, 2 Chainz, and what was the other one? Oh my god, Taeyong, yeah, of course. And so I was like, well, I gotta pick something good, and I really love the music of Marvin Gaye. I think it's awesome. So I picked Marvin Gaye. So that's the one that one comes from. And then Young Casanova. When I originally switched to Casanova, it's because my middle name is actually Casanova. So my full name is just Skylar Casanova Mulder. And Lendl, the owner of AKA, used to always give me crap and said I was 12. So young. I'm young. Now my favorite one that I've had, King Casanova. That one's the best. That one's so good. Cause like, I remember it was setting up for Salt Lake City Gaming Con. It was a pretty big event, and I was just like being kind of a dictator. Like with my team, I was very strict. If people screwed up, I called them out because we were trying to get better, and I was hoping to get better. So people started calling me Lord Casanova or King Casanova or all this. And then anytime we were just having fun though, the Kappa emote was really big. You just say Kappa. Kappa's great. It's a great thing. So I ended up being King Casanova because it just like fit in. There was like this whole thing going on, argument in our Skype call, and then it's like, oh, King Casanova's here, and I'm like, I'm gonna change my name. They're like, you won't. I was like, yeah, I got it. So I changed my name to King Casanova. It's a good name. So that's how that one came about. And really, it's just like I keep doing variations of Casanova. I remember I almost changed my name to Casanova. There's like a few of them, but yeah, it's always fun to just mess around with your name.
So before you go, final question: can you put a shoe on your head?
Yeah, I for the fans.
This is for the fans. And for the ladies.
We'll put the shoe on the head. We will put the shoe on the head. It's for you guys.
Alright guys, if you want to learn more about Skylar Mulder, we'll leave all the links down below. This is Gamer Status Quo. We'll see you guys next week.